In case you're confused, so Hellscream is the parent company, but there's two haunted houses that are involved in that. So you have Hellscream, what we call Hellscream proper, or Hellscream Haunted House, or Hellscream's Haunted Mansion, whatever you want to call it. But that's the Victorian style mansion location with 3 floors. That's Hellscream. But then there's also Haunted Mines, which has had a couple different names over the years. But Haunted Mines is the other location, which is more of a variety haunt that has a lot of different themes involved with it, from medical to underground mining to creepy house to clowns in 3D, a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, so 2 different haunted houses. The Haunted Mines location, kind of from inception to the end, is quite the story. In a brief way, I can say the location on Palmer Park, which is currently the Haunted Mines location, was originally a place called Ghoul's Gulch. It was 2 haunted houses in one large building, and they were a direct competitor of Hellscream at the time. A lot of bad blood in between the 2 of them. After about 6 years, they decided to close up shop and ended up approaching Hellscream to purchase it from them, which Hellscream did. Hellscream then for 1 year turned it into a haunted house called Sinister and combined those 2 haunted houses in that building into one. And then the next year, the other primary competitor of Hellscream in Colorado Springs went out of business, and they were a charity haunt called Haunted Mines. Haunted Mines had a lot of good history, a lot of good stuff in the community going on, so we decided to use that name and to convert the location and kind of merge all the haunt family, if you will, into one, and make one giant haunted house called Haunted Mines. Although it wasn't all mining themed, the name carried more weight, people were more interested in it, and it was a lot more fun for us and engaging for the community as well. So it became Haunted Mines, and that haunted house ran for 3 seasons here at the Palmer Park location. But now we have purchased a new piece of property across town, an even larger piece of property across town, a 2-floor office building that we are taking everything that was Haunted Mines over to that location, rebuilding it, redesigning it, and creating a new haunted house experience that, at least at this point, will be known as Fear Complex. The location here at Palmer Park and Academy it was being rented, and it has been bought by a lighting distribution company. And so we decided, though, even though they were going to let us stay for a couple of years, we decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on our own terms, our own time, and buy a building so that we can have a permanent location for our large haunted house.
This is just the madness behind the scenes of the craziness, you know, if you can imagine that. Yeah, we got to be out of here in about a month or so or something like that, and we got to get it out pretty quick, man. They say 11 years or 12 years of nothing but craziness, and 6 or 7 different haunts put into one, and yeah, stuff like that. It might be 5, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
We're in the moving process still. Right now I'm cleaning out my room with all my costumes and makeup and taking those all over to the new building. And my phone is going off, sorry. It won't shut off either. Sorry. It's kind of an emotional thing for me because I used to come here when it was Cowboys. So a couple weeks ago I walked in and I was by myself, so I had an emotional moment because just the memories of coming back when it was Cowboys, and then all the building and the friendships that we've made, being Haunted Mines, being here. It was a somber moment for me, and I told Jeff, and he kind of made fun of me. But it is a somber, kind of time. It's exciting, but it's still sad because of all the memories and friendships and all the stuff that's happened in this building. But now we're moving to bigger and better things, so it's okay. It's going to be paid. We still have a long way to go. I don't know. I know we have just a couple weeks before we're completely out of here. We'll make it happen, but it'll be crazy. But it'll get there.
Hi, I'm Misty. I come from California. I did Knott's Berry Farm Halloween Haunt there for many years. Moved to Colorado, and then I started at Hellscream Haunted House. Last season was my 3rd season there. And I love it. I love being there, and I love being a part of this. It's awesome. In anything I can do to help, and it's a lot of work, and I love that. I love all the hard work is, it's good for your physical and mental health and everything. Makes you feel good about myself. I feel like I'm helping, and I like that a lot. So. That's not gonna help anything.
No, it's not. I'm actually going to level it out. It's going to drop right off.
Yep, there we go.
I've actually been in this building for over 3 years. Started out with a ghost hunting group doing paranormal investigations here. And then this past year worked as the rules lady whenever the people come into the haunt. I am very attached to this building, so I'm happy to be a part of moving over to the new building. Excited for the new building. It's going to be a great space, and hopefully our ghosty friends move over with us.
Sit down. Till we get this basketball.
There's been a haunted house in this building for, the best guesstimation is 10 years. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Ghouls Gulch had it for 6 years before we got it. Then Sinister for a year, 3 years is Haunted Minds. So my best estimation is that there's been a haunted house in this building for about 10 years, not about a decade now. In the next few days, our time with this building will expire. We've been moving out of this place for the last few months now. And it's been a hard-pressed journey to get all of this stuff that's been accumulating for a decade out of this building into our new location.
You guys got it? It's gonna hit the bump.
Yep.
I can't. You gotta push too.
It started out, it was all my dad. It was all my dad's doing. He's been doing haunted houses since I was 6 years old, and he would always have us act, and I always really thought it was fun and a good time and all that. And then later on, I got into the prop building and some of the prop designs, and just focused on the special effects part of it, and I really enjoyed that. Our entire life has just been for fun. It's just been charities and not for profit. It was just kind of a passion. I had a whole basement full of crap that I built, haunted house props that we never actually used anywhere. I just built them for fun, and we're talking really cool stuff. And then my dad and I, we thought, there's probably a little bit of a market to try to entertain people in line. And we both had a love of haunted houses, but we didn't want to dig into it. We didn't want to get that dirty into it. We wanted to be an ancillary haunted house people, but we didn't want to go through the permits and all that stuff. So we figured, well, wait if we buy this old carnival ride, and they're portable, they don't need permits. So we thought that we could just fix it up really, really cool and drag it into a parking lot where another haunted house was. And Then we would charge everybody in line. If they want to ride our ride, we'll save your place in line, come over for $5 or $10. You ride this ride, it takes you through a really cool little miniature haunted house, and then you hop back in line. And so we actually ended up buying one, and we were gonna fix it all up and get it all ready to roll. Then we went through the city and talked to all the haunted house owners. There was 3 at the time. The Haunted Mines, Mine Seizure, and Hellscream. And we talked to all 3 of them, and they all 3 loved the idea. But when we got over to Vince and Hellscream, he and I just hit it off like you wouldn't believe. It was like we were long lost brothers or something. It was actually during a haunted house, and he held up the line as him and I chit-chatted. This is the first time I ever met him. He didn't know me from anybody. We were in the middle of the haunted house, and he was over there just talking to me, and he had probably a line of 50 people built up behind us, and they were getting pissed, so I had to step aside and let them go. But long story short, we got along so well that we thought, maybe instead of this dark ride thing, maybe we should just partner up and do this.